interest. The next one. So, as the leader of the debating society in my school, I've discussed controversial topics including assisted suicide and Western intervention in the Middle East. This has shown me that nothing in this world is monochrome. There are many aspects to an issue, and who is right or wrong can be down to politics and morality. So what this applicant is doing, they're mentioning the fact that they're part of a debating society. So they're showing an outside interest and they've got involved in something outside of an A-level, and then they're expanding on it. So they're giving an example of something they've talked about in the society rather than just putting a full stop, and they've kind of related it back to kind of politics and the degree programme, and I guess just made it obvious that they know what they're talking about and they know the reasons behind the debating society and the different issues that are coming up. The next one, a solid foundation of core skills and knowledge is essential for this course, with my A-level subjects, which my A-level subjects have provided. Law not only complements my politics A-level, but has also improved my analytical and communication skills. So, in terms of your A-levels, it's good to mention different skills and things that you've acquired throughout. So whether it's doing presentations, or whether it's analysing different extracts or whatever it might be, it's good to basically let them know what kind of skills you've developed, which are going to be transferable when you go to university. Politics has opened my eyes to the world around me, as well as helped form my own political views. It has motivated me to keep up to date on current affairs and critically evaluate the actions of political figures or events. So again, I mean, there's lots of very similar words that are used throughout these different examples, and in terms of a personal statement, I guess there are only so many things you can say in terms of a politics application. But I guess just make sure you're thinking about the outside world as well when you talk in your statement. And then just a couple more. Having attended a variety of courses at universities, I'm excited about beginning my own life as a student of politics, perhaps being part of some future change in our country. So maybe that's kind of like a final sentence or towards the end, so they're rounding things up. And then mentioning that they've been to courses at university, they've had lectures. So obviously a situation like today or other things that you might have experienced is good to bring in. Obviously you've had an experience of what it's like to go to a university. Having been born and raised in Britain's culturally diverse society and being of Middle Eastern descent, I've learned the importance of tolerance and global cooperation between nations of different backgrounds. I believe politics will provide a strong foundation on which to build my character and achieve my dream job of working for organisations such as the UN and Amnesty International. So there you have obviously a career aspiration, you have kind of a good understanding of what this student believes the workings of the world are, so that they're relating the politics degree to everything around them. It's not just a case of studying a degree programme, having it in this little bubble. It actually is going to have some kind of impact on their everyday life, and obviously the importance of it generally as well. So that's just a few examples, and obviously it's good to kind of read different personal statements and see how people set them out and the kind of phrasings they use, so you know you're on the right path. But obviously, you've got your own ideas and you've got your own experiences. So just really think and brainstorm all of the different things that you might put into a personal statement before you kind of go ahead and just start it. So points to remember. One statement for 5 UCAS choices, so that is crucial, so do not be specific to one application. Only about 700 words. Seems obvious, but check grammar and spelling. Like, that's a key thing that admissions tutors are going to look at, and if they see that the student can't spell or form a sentence in the right way, that will be kind of a straight issue. And do be positive and always provide examples. So as I said, do not just state a fact, I studied politics, full stop. Expand, use examples, making sure you get everything across. You've actually learned and developed something from that particular example. So that's the end of my presentation. Hopefully you've kind of learned a few things about the application process, how it works, and obviously what I would finally say is just really recommend going out and visiting these universities that you're interested in. Does anyone have a university in mind that they know they want to go to? A couple of people, yeah, a few hands. You've got time on your side, so it's really important, if you haven't got any idea, to go to open days. Yeah?
You see how you're saying it's one application for 5 items? So say for example, like maybe at one university you wanted to study international relations, or at one you wanted to study like law, politics and philosophy.
Yeah.
But they're so like kind of different.
They are, but they have the same kind of principles, and you need the same kind of skills to be able to do those subjects. And I'm assuming from the A levels that you do, they are going to be somehow related to both of those different degree programs. It's not going to be really, really easy to do the same personal statement. Obviously, if you were doing the same title every single place, it would be simple. But it's just important to maybe be a little bit more general about your interests, and it'll be good to bring in like your extra interests anyway, because obviously that could be relatable to international relations or law or politics. So don't necessarily hone in on one subject at A level that you've done or one particular title. Try and be more general in terms of your interests and your passions and things like that. So it will be a little bit more tricky, but it is completely doable, and it would be fine. Your statement won't hinder you kind of for one university application to the other. Just make sure you're kind of covering all areas, but they all do overlap. So cool. Are there any other questions?
Don't be shy.
Yeah?
I was wondering if you could go back to the slides.
Pardon? Go back to one of the slides?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Which one?
About structure on personal statement.
Oh, yeah.
So is it alright to have this presentation put up on our website?
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I 100% say do not take examples, like do not write your personal statement from those examples, because they are up there in the admissions tutors computer. So that's the only thing I'd say. But yeah, you can have a session.
That would be great. So we'll have that up on our website if you want to refer back to it.
Yeah.
Just thinking of advising my students, is it better to have one or two examples that you develop lots on, or is it to think of, if they've got so many different things they're doing, it can be a little bit sort of a list of things they've done rather than, you know, I've done this and done this and this and this, and then it comes with a list, or is it better to spend a lot of time on maybe one or two?
I spoke to, because I'm not from the politics department at my uni, I'm from the liaison office, so we kind of look at all different types of applications. I had a word with him before I came today, and I asked him, as a politics admissions tutor, what he would prefer, and he did actually say he doesn't want a laundry list of lots of different things that they've done, work experience, and they don't just want it to become a long list. They would rather, in terms of honing in to those particular things that are more important and then expanding on them, rather than just, you know, kind of turning it into a list of long bullet points of all the different experiences. So I'd be careful. And I mean, in terms of the applications, obviously they're very individual, but the grades are very important still. And obviously different universities will look at the applications in different ways. Some universities might put more concentration on personal statements, some might put more concentration on just the grades. Either way, you need to make sure your personal statement is really strong. But in terms of the subjects, if they are relatable at A level and they are kind of the strong predicted grades they want, then that should kind of put you in good stead. So I guess then just make sure in your personal statement it's not too waffly and too much of a long list of everything. Just try and, I guess, be a bit more specific. Yep.
Some courses allow you to go abroad. I know that some don't, but I think it's quite a big part of a course. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know, would you include like you'd love the opportunity to go abroad? Because obviously some don't. So
Yeah, I guess obviously look before you find your
Yeah.
pick your five, work out whether those do or don't. It is a really good aspect of the course,
Yeah.
and I mean you can talk more generally about maybe going abroad.
Yeah.
So not necessarily in like a year abroad university sense, but just the fact that you want to do travel to explore different areas. Like if there are particular countries you're interested in, whether it's political reasons or not, maybe that would be good to bring in. But I do think generally like a university that has an abroad year on offer is really good. And a lot of universities do offer it, so I'm sure you'll find it's a common trait. Normally if you want to do like the law LLB you can't, but normally with like say law and politics or other like BA options it's fine.